Hello, this is Andrew WK, and just giving you a big cheers and a tip of the cup to RAMzine.
RAMzine.co.uk here at Hevy Fest 2012, and we of course are joined by the Lord of Parties himself, Andrew WK. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm very well, very pleased to be here, thank you.
So when did you get to the UK? When did you arrive this week? Or?
Yes, we flew in on Wednesday, so that was about 3 days ago, and we were in London. We played the warm-up, the kickoff, the special secret private party, although I don't think it was secret or private, but it was a party for the Hevy Fest in London at King's College at 2-2s, and then made our way here to Kent, also called Folkestone, a beautiful and amazing place. Now I'd been to Hastings before, and I thought this reminds me of Hastings, the medieval buildings, the balmy seaside air, and of course this is the first time I've ever seen a zoo or any kind of wild animal park in the UK. Not to mention the fact that we're here at a heavy music festival on top of it all. So it's quite exciting, and yeah, we're having a ball.
Have you managed to visit the zoo yet, or go see any of the animals?
Well, I saw a bunny. I did see a rabbit. Hare? What do you call it? A bunny?
Yeah, bunny, a rabbit. Rabbits.
It was a small family of rabbits. There was one very large one. I imagine that would be the father, but you never know. That could have been the woman.
Could have been a big mama.
Could have been a big mama. And then there was another one that was a bit smaller, but it was definitely an adult. And then several babies that were very round, just like a completely round puffball with their ears folded back right across their body, munching on clover. And then I carefully crept up and tried to mash them, but I didn't. They hopped off before I could do it.
Are you into mashing small animals in general, or?
No. I've mashed fish, like pet fish. They're contained in a tank. It's quite easy, but these are harder.
Like hunting fish in a barrel?
Yes, that is my specialty. When it comes to hunting bunnies in a clover field, it's a bit more tricky.
We had a few mates of mine who I know who are here at the festival today who were on the party bus for Thursday the other day. How hectic was the party bus that night?
Well, you know, to me it was crazier than I ever imagined, and also more calm and orderly than I ever imagined. And by that I mean that we had more fun than I expected, and we had less problems than I expected. And I think that's the perfect thing. The only thing was we made 6 restroom stops within the first 45 minutes. Now, I will take credit for 5 of those 6. I'd had strong diarrhea. Now, I had eaten at a curry the night before.
English curries are always going to sort your bowels out.
You know what? I asked for it extra hot, extra spicy, and that was probably a mistake. I didn't all that garlic and onion. It didn't sit right, but we still had fun, and we made the best of those stops. When you get out of that bus and you dance around the side of the road and you run off into the bush and you push out that thick syrupy waste, you do feel better.
Is there a certain attire that you go by? I mean, you're quite a fan of the whole white ensemble. Is that something that you'd live by?
No, the only reason I wear the all white is just it's the best palette or canvas to showcase the filth and the muck. But I've learned over many years, right up until yesterday, that a lot of people don't like dirt. They don't like filth. They've tried to remove filth from their life. They try to avoid dirt. They try to avoid getting mucked up or I don't know, scarred up.
It's dirty and scarred and bruised and battered. But you're one for that. You're one for embracing the dirt.
I figured if I'm going to be partying, I'd rather show it than not. I'd rather have a nice. I'm not that dirty yet, but
you will be later after your performance, I imagine.
Especially if I vomit. because when I vomit, I tend to spray it. The way I vomit is that I always, you know, give myself a little help by sticking my fingers down my throat and then spraying out. But there's usually a little bit of I don't know, aftermath through the nostril, and that tends to trickle down. And that was actually the idea for the first album cover.
It's a brilliant cover, and Vomit was the catalyst that brought that cover together. Then.
In a way, because if you've ever puked and tried to hold it back, or if you puked in your own mouth and never let it out, it tends to go back up. There's a soft palate. It smells a bit like feces right now in the air. And that's enough to make me a bit nauseous, but
maybe that was the curry still coming back on you.
I think it was. It was a spicy curry.
Could you give us maybe a little bit of headbanging style that you think a partying for beginners would want to take? I know people go in all elbow swinging and head, you know, should people just go for it and do what they want, or do people have to follow a certain style? Or?
You know what, when it comes to headbanging, now this is a long legacy. I'm not going to be the authority here. I wouldn't want to be the authority, but I can tell you what I've observed. There's been many different eras, and we're in an era right now where you basically have your forefront headbangers. These are the folks that have made their way right to the front, right in front of the stage. They've probably gotten there early. Then you have the pit, okay, and then you have the folks that are behind the pit. So if we're gonna sort of sum it up, and I'm not trying to be, this is not a perfect science, but 3 general areas. The best place to headbang is either in that front area, but you're going to deal with crowd surfers. You're going to potentially deal with stage divers. You're going to potentially deal with photographers or even band members. If you're in that circle pit area, you're going to deal with flying bodies, karate moves, kung fu moves, flips, all kinds of radical, almost acrobatic, gymnastic kinds of performance. If you're in that back area, yes, you have more breathing room. Yes, you may be able to bang your head more freely, but you're a little bit removed from that immediate energy and intensity of those 2 previously mentioned areas. So, you know, choose wisely, but as long as you bang your head, even if you just bang your brain in your mind, as long as you catch that groove, you're good to go.
That's enough for you, banging your brain. That's. I
can bang my head in my dreams. Because there have been times when I've slept. It was like 3 days ago. The best thing about sleeping is you can dream, you know. I had a dream about a special meal that was made in Kent, actually. I dreamed that there was a Chinatown in Kent, and that they were serving a hare and pineapple biscuit. I'm serious.
Sounds like a juicy combination.
It was terrible. And I ate it. It wasn't long hairs like that get caught down your throat. It was diced, kind of like a scallion. And I thought, you're serious? Like, people eat this? And the person said, you know what? The texture of a human hair is very desirable to this certain kind of person. This is a delicacy, and people really, you know, savor this minced hair. And it wasn't just hair from the head. It was pubic hair, that like a thicker, coarser hair, and a lot of like sort of that, you know, when you pull a hair out of the socket or whatever, there's that white.
The white head on the top of it.
So this was my dream.
Crazy dreams from Andrew WK.
Please don't ask me.
Andrew, thanks for talking to us today. Thank you for your theories on headbanging and partying hard, and we look forward to your performance later.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.